Welcome. This is a test run for my audio and screen capture setup for my day trades. I'm also playing a little bit of music in the background, so enjoy. Right now I'm on TradingView.com looking at Google on the 5-minute chart. Down here in a separate pane I have the SPY opened. It's been kind of choppy. You can see it's been choppy within a certain range. It's not really moving up or down. Meanwhile, SPY is moving quite strongly. Until right now, appears to be unsure what to do next. Now, the SPY is currently, looks like we have a pretty strong green candle here on the 5-minute, and yet Google's not really doing much. Now, I'm no pro. I've only been doing this for a little while. I do a Fibonacci here. That it might maybe come down to 50%. Typically a stock does, but not when you have such a strong move like Google's showing right now. It would be really difficult to go against it, essentially, especially with the SPY moving up. So I don't know if I would do anything right now on it. I intuitively, and maybe this is a bad habit, is to be the counter trend trader and buy a put right here or short. So just for fun, let's enter one short in this practice account, because I see that at the moment it's not really making a big move, even though the SPY is making a pretty big move in the 5-minute, which tells me as soon as the SPY chills out and reverses a little bit, it too reverse. So right now we can see the SPY is testing its high of the day, and this is the third touch, as you can see down here. If I draw a line, let's see what I mean. Touch, and it is reversing. See a little bit. Maybe it's going to break through. Who knows? But Google doesn't seem to want to come down. So it's really undecided right now. But Google, for such a large cap company to have a 4.7% move where it's at right now for the day, is quite substantial. Hard to say what it wants to do. It waited out a bit. Make a bit of profits at this point if you went long earlier on in the day, or not. If you're swinging, you might actually want to hold this longer. If we look at the daily, see that quite a resistance point here. As you can see, it touches these two very strong bounce candles. Strong volume too, as you can see down here. Certainty at this price level here. Given the positive movement of the SPY, broke out of recent resistance levels, say Google's gonna keep going. At least up to its more recent high of about 229. So let's go back to the 5-minute. Yeah, a lot of uncertainty here. Continuing to go up, and yet Google is just really not doing anything. Said, I am an amateur day trader trying to figure this out, but I would say this is gonna at least test back to 124.30. So about a 80-cent drop from here. With my put right here. And if you have a TradingView.com premium account, you could set up alerts. For example, at this point here, it's here, alert for Google at that price up. So there it is. So it's just that it's going to notify me. Let me know. SPY go. It's interesting. Yep, there it goes. So see, appears to be coming down a little bit, despite the wind, as they call it. So yeah, I guess in the meantime, I could show you how I would trade this on my interactive broker account. This is a practice account. I've just been messing around here with it a little bit. Now I have 10 shares of Google, but I'm going to exit them. I created these hotkeys, buttons and keys. So if I click X, it's going to sell all my positions at basically the current price. So
order filled.
Sold. See. Oh, put in sell order. Sure.
Order filled.
Build right away. Trades. The way I have this set up. 5-minute chart here. I have the SPY here, the daily and the 5-minute. I like to watch the SPY in conjunction with stock to see what the SPY is doing, which SPY represents the general market trend. Often it will influence the movement of a stock. Not always, but often it does. In this case, as we saw earlier, it's not really. So, I have some news down here, order entry, portfolio, and then these are the summary of the trades. Right, here's the live orders if I have any. So for example, if I want to buy a share of NVIDIA, I press 1.
Order filled.
And right away it fills it. And there it is. That was a live trade, but it filled it, so this will clear. Once I come back to it, it should clear. The button's set up. Let's go to something a little cheaper. Alright. The buttons I have set up to buy 1, buy 5, buy 10, buy 50, and buy 100. So I could buy, for example, 50 shares. Let's try it. So there's my order to buy 50 shares at the mid price. Change that to a limit. I could specify the price I'm willing to pay. So click T to transmit it.
Autofilled.
And it filled it immediately because we were a little bit higher than the. So those are the buttons. And then I have them all linked to hotkeys on my keyboard. So number 1 is a buy 1, for example.
Autofilled.
1. There you go. It just filled. Just clicking 1. That's how fast it was. Number 5.
Autofilled.
That's 5 shares. And 0 is 10 shares. And with the keyboard up and down, I can move the limit price up or down. So there you go. I currently have 66 shares of Mara. Probably not at the best price, but anyway, there it is. And if I want to get out of this, I have X as my sell all at limit price. For example, right now I want to get out of this. I don't like the trade. I don't like what it's doing. I click X.
Autofilled.
And there it is. I just got out of everything. As you can see here, 66 shares were sold. It's $5 on that. Okay. The way this layout is nice in conjunction with the TradingView. I find the TradingView charting is a lot more powerful. You have a lot better tools in terms of VWAPs, for example. You have your VWAP. You could set up your 3/8 SMA cross. You could set up VRVP, which is it shows you your volume of buying and selling at a given price point, which is also useful. Right here, you can see there's a lot of volume and selling. So compared to these other price points here, so that could indicate a potential turnaround point because there's a lot of battling it out, essentially. So I do like TradingView quite a bit. And with the premium, you can have multiple windows, depending what level. I think mine only allows 2 windows at once, maybe 4. But I find I never really need more than 2. The daily, 5-minute. And then, of course, you could set up your different lists. So for the day, if you want to create a list of your current day trades that you're considering, so you have five stocks that you really want to look at, you can put them up here, and then just click on whenever you want to switch over. So for example, we were looking at Google. Back to Interactive Broker. So in case you're wondering how I make these buttons here, when I started, I was having a hard time quickly entering and exiting a position using this order entry. So especially if something is moving, it's kind of hard to catch. Like if you want to buy it, for example, it's kind of hard to catch. So normally the bid and the ask are showing here, but maybe they're not because this is a paper trading account. So maybe it's not. But anyway, I found that these buttons help me get in and out very quickly. I'll show you how I made them. So if you right click on these buttons, if you have them up on your window, if you don't, just go into your settings, go into File, Global Configuration, and under Charts, click the Chart Trader, and then here's the buttons. So this is where you create your buttons, right? So if you wanted to create a new one, just click New, and then here you could pick what you wanted to do. So for example, buy. You want it to buy. You can change the color and whatnot. You want to buy, how much do you want to buy? You want to buy 20 shares, let's say, or 2. Let's just say 2 shares. Absolute. So you can create buttons to buy 1 share, 2 share, 10 shares, 100 shares. You set it here. So in this case, I want to create a button that buys 2 shares. Order type, you could do a limit or a mid price, and it will pick a mid price for you. Or you could do a limit, you can offset it from the ask. By amount, let's say 0.1 cent. Okay. And then you can click transmit the order instantaneously. And what this does is exactly as it says. It's going to immediately fill your order. It's going to immediately, place the order, and it'll fill as soon as it hits your ask plus minus 1 cent. So, okay, there it is. I won. Okay. Click apply. Takes a moment. Just change this to buy. Change the name. Oh yeah, you have to unclick generate label. Now you can click in here. You can go buy times 2. Okay, apply. And you know what? Let's just make it blue. The same as the other ones. I don't know what blue it is, but let's just say it's that blue. Okay. Oops. Apply. There it is. You can see it right here. So now, let's go back into, let's go into Alibaba. Let's buy 2 shares.
Order filled.
There it is. Filled. You can see it filled it at 95.57. It's currently at 95.53, so it actually filled it a little bit higher. But it must have moved quickly. Let's try that again.
Order filled.
95.55. So yeah, what that offset did was filled it within 1 penny of the ask. So up, down. So what we might do actually is to offset it the bid, which is the lower price point, for 1 penny. So now, if we apply it, it's going to give us a better price entry. Let's try it out. See what happens.
Order filled.
It filled. 57.57. There you go. So it's easy as that. I also have a key for an alert. I click this and I can basically specify where I want the alert. Activate. Boom. There it is. And then sell. And I can specify where I want it to sell. Say I want it to sell right up here. is sell. But my sell button has a quantity of 10. Currently only 6. So I should really change it to 6. Right? So let's see what happened to that button. Why is it selling 10? Aha, default. Okay. So instead of default, I guess the default is 10 shares. Set it to available. Okay. And don't click this order instantaneously. It's just click it like that. Let's cancel that.
Order cancelled.
And let's try it again now. Here. And now it's trying to sell 1,000 shares. Which is wrong. Very wrong. So I'm pretty sure we don't have 1,000 shares. We have 6. Let's see what happened. Let's try that again. 600 shares. This is strange. Anyway, as you can tell, I'm still learning and figuring this out. So I wonder if it's trying to sell the available short. I click default. What if I click absolute? What you could do as well is just click 1 for absolute. Okay. Click OK. So now it's only going to sell 1 wherever you place your sell order. You're placing it away from where you're currently sitting, so you have some time to modify it. And you have to click T to transmit. So it's not going to transmit quite yet. What you could do then is go in here into your activity window under live. Click this and click 6. It says position next to it to show you how many you're currently holding, right? And then click this transmit, or on the trade window you can click T to transmit. There you go. So now you have a sell limit order for 6 shares, which is how many we currently have, right? And that's it. Easy as that. If you want to set a stop limit sell order, that's a button I have to fix. I have to make soon here. Currently I just do it like this. I'll do position, stop limit. I'll do a stop price of, let's say, 95.20. And the limit price of 95, say 10. Yeah. So now it's set my stop limit sell order where I'm willing to get out in case it turns against me. And you can move this. Right? Just see if it triggers if I move it up here. Let's watch it. It's always good to test these in the practice account as well, just in case you don't want to be practicing these order entries on the live account. It's money unnecessarily, plus you don't want to pay all the commissions. Well, look at that. Looks like it's moving up. So, nice idea about the sell stop limit order as well is that if you enter a trade and it starts moving positive, you can adjust it higher, essentially to the level you entered, so that if you do get stopped out, you didn't lose any money. So you don't always have to lose money on a trade if it doesn't go your way. If it just starts going positive, you move your sell stop limit order higher, and you're good. So we filled earlier, right now, BABA we're holding at an average price of 96.05. And we have the stop limit at 95.55, so it's only about 50 cents below the price we bought it at. Let's move it up a bit. Let's move it to 95.58. I just want to see if this stop limit, sell stop limit order works. So.
Order filled.
There it go. There it went. So as you can see, it did work and got out. currently holding no positions in Baba. Prior, but this time we made a $4 profit. Anyway, that's how these buttons work. So now you have to cancel your other sell limit order, because otherwise you'll enter a short position. So I'm sure there's a way to have it automatically cancel when your stop limit is triggered, but I'm still figuring that out.
Order cancelled.
So I just manually cancel it. That is it. So if I'm looking at a stock like this one on the 5 minute, I might draw a trend line like this. I would actually look at it on the TradingView chart here. Let's add it to the list here. Mara. Looks like it's got a lot going on right now. A lot of movement. 5%. Pretty hot. So an initial trend line would be drawn something like this. Okay, so it might, if it does bounce, it's going to bounce off somewhere around here. We're going to go see another see this points being touched here. This one almost close enough. That's like almost 4 points touched there, so it's a good trend line. Same with this one. So now if we're looking at this, at this point we might just see what the VWAP is looking, or the Fibonacci retracement looks like. So lowest of the day to the highest. That actually came down to the 23%, 23.6% point. Now it's coming back up. Possibly trying to break through. If it does break through, might want to continue to this trend line here. Okay. It's flat too, so it's kind of hard to say how the SPY is going to be affecting it at this point. This really big move here. I don't know whether it was some kind of a news. Something happened in this 20 minutes here. Really moved it up high. So you might even turn on the VWAP. Create SMA. How's that? Following just mentioned something about Adobe. Let's see what they see. Okay, so they're seeing a strong move up. See something in the daily. Okay, testing the prior high. That's a pretty strong point. It's been moving up quite strongly, actually. See, stacked candles. the opening. So a stacked candle formation like this, where the opening opens at near or above the close of the prior day, right? Continues up, next candle opened above the prior day's close, again above, and today above as well, just a little bit above. So it's really strong trend up. 2, 3, 4, 5th day and trending up, and really wants to break. I think it really wants to break through this prior high. Let's see what trend lines can tell us, if anything. So let's just zoom out and have a big macro look at this with our SPY here as well. So we could see that this move up was quite strong, quite vertical compared to prior moves, right? This one was almost like an exponential move. And meanwhile, down here, if we look at the SPY was trending up, but not at that same level. So you could say that Adobe has had relative strength to the SPY. So relatively to the SPY, it's strong. Now that the SPY broke out, it looks promising. So this point where it's at right now is quite interesting, because you have the prior high here from June 16th, about a month ago. You have these points here, these multiple point touches here, and you have this point and this point. So very interesting level. If it breaks above this point, see it going at least easily to this level here of 537. So why? Because you got these points here, 2, 3, 4, right? And they're on pretty good volume here, you can see. Those are on pretty good volume. Same with this, pretty strong volume here. And here. So it's like this would be a very interesting level right here. So let's put a line there. Okay. Where are we at now? Let's look at the 5-minute. Yeah, I mean, as a swing trade, if you feel confident, you might go in on this. So let's go back to let's add Adobe here. And let's enter 5 shares. Now I can move it with the keyboard. I can move it up. I click T for transmit. So you see,
Order filled.
there it is. It filled. So we'll see how that plays out. It is a practice account, so I'm not too worried. And I did do my analysis here, somewhat. Will it break through these prior high? Maybe. If it doesn't, Adobe's not going away anytime soon. So that could turn into a swing trade. Could turn into a hold, an investment. Although as a day trader, you don't want to necessarily do that. You just want to do a day trade. If this were just a day trade, I'd be more hesitant to enter it at that point because it's the high of day. So instead, I would look at, I would do a Fibonacci, for example, and just have a look to see what it's done so far. And say, look, often these stocks want to come back, retrace a little bit. But what I do like about it is forming higher lows. So you got, higher lows. You got your low, and then it's higher low, slightly, but higher. You got another higher low here, right? Now it's just running higher highs as well. You got your high, higher high, higher high again, and obviously new high here. So that's all very positive, very encouraging. And you could see it bounced with the higher low, came back, bounced. So now again, it might come back. Let's say we draw the Fibonacci from this point to here. Might want to come back to this 514 level and then bounce off that. You can see in the initial move up, if we redraw the Fibonacci, it actually came down almost to its opening low. We draw this, you can see that it came off the 50% line almost perfectly. Zoom that in. Came down halfway mark. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Boom. I know some people don't like Fibonacci for whatever reason, but I find it quite useful. I mean, you can eyeball a 50% retracement being around here, but yeah. So you might wait. If you want, you might draw it in and then put a notification, maybe a little bit above it. Maybe you're comfortable to enter a little bit higher, like at this point. So we add an alert. Yeah, that looks a bit of a gap down candle there. That's interesting. So a bit of selling now, a bit of profit taking, I guess. A bit of uncertainty with the SPY. So away from it now. Let our notification trigger. When it does, we could decide we can have another look and see if we want to enter at that point. Let's go look tomorrow to see what Mara's doing. Mara's very choppy right now. Sure. Let's see what Google's doing. Google's choppy as well. It's holding up well though. Okay, well, that is all for now. I just wanted to test out this system, see how it records, see how it looks. Can you tell me, does it look good? Are you okay with the quality of the video? Are you okay with the sound? Is anything not working? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. I would love if you liked it as well. It would help me. And let me know what areas, if any, you want me to do another video on. I'd be happy to. So, signing off for now. Until next time.